Hi, so for the final project, I decided that I'm going to be doing a day in my life, like what I eat, what I usually do in the day, and what I do to keep my mental health good enough during this quarantine because I'm really struggling. So the first thing I do is I wake up, and right now it is 8:27 in the morning. I always get up before 8 a.m. There's a couple of times where I'm really tired and I'll sleep until like 8:39, but for the most part I'm up before 8 a.m. every single day. The rare occasions are very rare, but sometimes needed. So I try and get about 8 hours of sleep every night at least. Last night I didn't get as much sleep. I was up really late with my brother, but you know, sometimes that's what happens. So I wake up and I get myself ready right away in the morning so that I don't feel like lazy at all, so I don't feel groggy at all through the day. The next thing I do every morning is I make my bed because I cannot stand having my room dirty, and when it does get dirty, it's because I am usually having some depression or some other mental, like some anxiety attack or something. So yeah, keeping my room clean helps me with that. Next thing I do is I come downstairs in my kitchen and I take my vitamins, which are these, and there's 3 different ones that all give me the different nutrients that I need throughout the day, and I always put them in this little jar and then I take them. And then I always fill up my water, and this is 32 ounces, and I drink about 4 of these per day to make it about 1 gallon of water per day. And then the next thing I do, which I already started, is I eat oatmeal and then some toppings. So I have like a banana, some blueberries, some coconut, and some almonds, and then I'll usually drizzle some honey on top. And this is about a cup of oats. And then I just put in water and I put it in the microwave. And I'll be back with the finished product. So this is what my finished product looks like. I have my blueberries, my almonds, my coconut flakes, my banana, and my drizzled honey over the top. I have my water right here. And on some days when I'm feeling extra tired, like I am today, I make some green tea because it helps give me the caffeine boost that I need to make it through the day. And I like to decorate my food a little bit just to make it look nice because I think it's more fun to eat it that way. So it's about 12 o'clock now, and not every day, but some days my mom and I do some yoga. So we just finished doing yoga. She's finishing stretching out, and I thought I would record this. So I have an Apple Watch, and it's my statistics. So yeah, after yoga, we're going to do an ab workout, and then I think I'm going to go on a bike ride later today. So yeah, now it's about 1 o'clock, and I usually eat lunch between like 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, but my brother and I are going to go on a bike ride here in a little bit, and so I prefer to, I want to eat before that so that I'm not super hungry while we're on our bike. So for lunch we have a chicken breast, and then we have cucumbers, and then I decided to also do an avocado, and my brother is eating the same thing, and then we both have our waters, so we're good to go. Okay, so we're about to leave for our bike ride. We just have to load the bikes into the car, head to our starting point, and then start on the trails, but we're planning on going on a little bit longer of a bike ride today, and so I packed some bananas, some cuties, and some granola bars in a little pack just in case we get hungry or tired and need some energy. Okay, so we're on our bike ride now. We're planning on going for like 2 hours almost, maybe? We'll see. Okay, so we just finished up riding on the bike. We took a couple of stops just because we've been working out and our legs were a little sore, and there were some really big hills, and our bike seats, we don't necessarily have like the covers, so they're a little uncomfortable, and we just needed a little fuel. So we had a granola bar and a cutie, and then we drank some of our water, and we ended up going 11 miles Took us a little over an hour, but the bikes are all loaded up now. And I'm probably gonna go home and have a protein shake, and then I'll get back to you on what I do for dinner. All right, so I just got back home and I'm hungry. And so I was thinking, like, obviously we usually have a dinner around like 6:30ish, and it's about 3:20 right now. And so I was like, let me have a protein shake. So I'm about to make a protein shake with a banana, some cacao powder, some peanut butter, and some of this protein. And so that's what I'm going to have. And then I'm gonna put in some ice and some water. So this is my final product, and honestly, I enjoy this about as much as like a chocolate shake. And my thing that I was changing about myself was that I really wanted to give up sweets. And it was really hard for me because I really enjoy ice cream, and my mom, now that we're home due to COVID and everything, my mom is a really good baker, and so she makes some really good treats and stuff like that. And so it's really hard for me to like avoid those things at times, but drinking this, it gives me the sweetness that I enjoy, and it just helps curb my sugar addiction a little bit. As much as like I wish it would curb it completely, it does help a little bit, and I really enjoy drinking this because it's good for me and everything in here is good for me, and it helps fill me up a lot more than anything else would. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll get back talking again around dinner time. Okay, so now it's dinner time, and we have some salmon and some garlic mashed potatoes, and then a cabbage salad, and of course my water. And I am so excited to eat this. My mom made it, and it just looks delicious. Okay, so later tonight, I'm probably going to be going to bed around 10. I'll probably fall asleep before 11 o'clock just because I'm really tired because I was up pretty late last night. And then if I do want a snack, I'm probably going to have some frozen grapes, like these ones, and then probably a glass of chamomile tea, and that's all. So for this challenge that you might want to call it, I decided that I was going to give up sweets. I really struggle to not eat sweets just because like my mom's a really good baker, my grandma's really good at baking, and I mean, sweets are delicious, sugar is addicting, like it's just really something that's really hard for me. But I struggle with lactose intolerance, so like having ice cream really makes me not feel good. I also have a gluten intolerance, and so a lot of like these pastries and cookies and like all these other things, like they make my stomach hurt so bad, but they're so good. So when I decided that I was going to give up sweets for this class, I started off doing a really good job. I told myself I wouldn't eat sweets for all week, and then I could have sweets one night during the week, and I did that for about 3 weeks. I was doing really good, everything was going good, and then it just stopped. I gave in a little bit. I think I had a concussion at the time, and I think that's kind of the reason that like I just wanted a comfort food. I was a little upset about stuff, you know, just everything. I struggle with a couple of mental illnesses, and so like I just was in a bad state at the time, and the comfort of sugar, sweet, warm food was like what really got to me. So when I came home from college for this coronavirus, I decided that I wanted to give up sweets and get in shape, like lose weight, all this stuff. So I have been doing really good with not eating sweets. I eat frozen grapes, I eat protein shakes, I make like like I try to eat like fruit or something else if I'm really craving sugar. I try really hard to avoid sweets as much as possible. I also decided to document my exercising and what I like eat in a day, because I'm also trying to lose weight. I have lost 10 pounds so far, and I really struggle to lose weight. I stopped taking one of my medications that was kind of like optional type of deal, because weight gain is like one of the main issues with it. And so I stopped taking it in the hopes that that would help me cut back a little. But I have slimmed down. I have lost 5 inches around my waist. I've lost 5 inches around my hips, and I've lost 2 inches around each leg and an inch around my arms. And it seems like for me personally, when I look in the mirror, I feel a little bit better. It's really hard because like the scale isn't going down as much as I feel like it should be. But I try to tell myself like the measurements are what matters. Like if like 5 pounds of fat is like this big and 5 pounds of muscle is like this big. And so I just try to tell myself like, you're losing the fat, you're gaining muscle, you're losing fat, you're gaining muscle. And I just like, that's what I repeat to myself over and over and over. And that's why I decided to vlog this experience, because what I do in a day, it like doing this really helps me make sure that I'm not eating unhealthy or grabbing something, because if I do so, I know that I'll have to vlog it. And so that's why this experience has been so fun for me, because it has been like, this project was really fun for me because it's shown me that I don't need to have a scoop of ice cream, or I don't need that piece of chocolate or something like that, because I just don't need it. Like, I just want it and I don't actually need it. So that's why I decided to do this project. I also got to a weight that I was really unhappy with. It was the heaviest I ever got right around spring break time. So that's when I really kicked it into overdrive and decided that I'm not letting this stay-at-home order make my life worse. I wanted to better myself during this time so that when I do go back to college, I can keep my lifestyle the same. And it's been really hard, just because I'm not, like, when I'm at home, my brother and like my dad, they'll like have some chips or they'll have a dessert, and I'm like, I can't do that, I don't need it, and all this stuff. And I have slipped a few times, but I'm trying really, really hard to not slip and make sure that I don't eat that, because I know that I don't need it. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I made this vlog.